I forgot to update the stream thumbnail actually. Sound by one, just changing the stream thumbnail. I thought I got a new screenshot yesterday of stuff that was cool. I must be thinking of another stream I did. Hello, Mr. Boba Man, and happy birthday, by the way. I saw your message that you missed the stream because it was your birthday. I think celebrating a birthday is probably a lot more entertaining than the stream, but I hope you enjoy tonight as well. So I'm just trying to choose a new image for the stream. I may have to change it after. I thought I took a new screenshot to use, but I mustn't have. Hello, Joey and Real Smurf. Yeah, so I didn't actually tag it in the live stream channel. Let me just drop the link in the live stream channel. So it is using the same thumbnail as yesterday, but this is a whole new stream. Let me get the game going. Let's thought as well, I'll need to use my little developer shortcut to actually launch the game. Let's go here, here, then there, then there. Hopefully we can just play this without having to resort to doing live, what do you call it? Live bug fixing. So I fixed a few things before this stream. I'll just pull up my Git log here. So I'll, oops, hit caps lock. So let's go through the Git log here. Yeah, so first thing is that I realized chemicals could be released in scenario mode, and I thought given that these are historical tornadoes which impacted real people, it'd be in poor taste to let people release chemicals to make those tornadoes bigger and stronger. What I am thinking potentially is to have like a alternate scenario mode where the chemicals actually weaken the tornado, and the point is to try and save as many lives as possible. But I think overall the whole point of scenario mode is just so you get to experience these historical tornadoes and get an appreciation for them rather than admire the chaos and destruction that they're left behind. Also, I fixed the hunt speed. So you may have noticed when I slow the tornadoes all the way down to 10 miles an hour, that's the lowest speed a tornado can go on the map. When the tornadoes start to hunt, they weren't actually speeding up again. So I've fixed that. So we need to beware of that now. Also, there was kind of this artificial restraint where you always had to have at least one data type enabled, which meant like if you have just wind enabled and you want to enable just pressure, you have to enable pressure and then go back and disable wind, which is just an unnecessary forced sequence. So also you might want to think about it strategically. There may be instances where the tornado's getting close to a town where you don't want any sampling to be going on because you absolutely don't want any chemicals being released to make the tornado stronger. So it makes the UI more convenient and can also be used tactically. And the last thing was just a lot of people commented on this. When you're panning or zooming the mini map, so if you press tab or the menu button to expand the mini map, if you're using the right stick or the scroll wheel on your mouse or moving your mouse, it also pans the camera behind, which is very off-putting. Watching England versus Argentina right now. Yeah, I do apologise. I've got the windows open in my house, and you may hear shouting from the street below, depending on how England are doing. Personally, I'm not interested in football in the slightest. The last time I watched football was during the last World Cup. In the last World Cup that I watched, it was in 2018, I think it was. It's the last time I watched it and took an interest. I'd much rather do a stream than watch the football. But yeah, let me know how they're doing. Each time there's a goal, if you just let me know who scored and what the score's up to, I'd appreciate that. But you don't have to. I'm just gonna drink here. I'm all set up. I've got my snacks. I've got my drink. I've also got this frozen slush puppy strawberry drink because the ramen's quite hot. So I'm sorted for me. Hope everybody's having a good evening or morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Let's jump into this. So the point of today is I want to see what the difficulty curve's like, given that we'll have chemicals to play with. Can I make it so chemical progress can be made if a tornado is close to a town? I think that would add too many artificial constraints to it. I think the player should be in control of whether chemicals get released or not. So let's check. Yeah, so I can pan the map here. And I can move my mouse. And even so it hasn't gated the scroll wheel for the mouse. But it has gated all the other movement. So that's just one minor thing. I'm not going to interrupt the stream to do that. Data, yeah, so what we need to do right now is go delete all progress. Are you sure? Last chance. Yep, I'm starting all over again. So if we go data, our rank progress, we're freshmen. All the upgrades are going to be blocked out. We've got no money, no reputation, nothing. Radar image is all pixelated. Let's put velocity on. It's probably going to go up to our west, so I think we might be alright where we are right now. Let's get the headlights on, face the storm. Next thing I want to do, by the way, is sample whatever the sky color is and add that to the color of the tornado funnel, so that when you get those oranges and reds during sunrise and sunset, the tornado funnel actually matches that orange and red. I think that would look like amazing if I can get it to do that. I didn't have time to implement that before the stream. Right, so I'm going to stick to using the controller. I also spent some time today contacting some people who have different gaming channels and tornado related channels, seeing if they'd like to try out the game. Did have someone, I'll use his handle rather than his real name, Ohio Weather is Weird. He said he originally had done a video of the game and then accidentally recorded his front facing camera. He didn't want to make that public, so he set the video to private, but it sounds like he's going to do another video of the game, so I really appreciate that. This updated version is, like I say, is much better than the 2023 one. Wall cloud's right there. Can we figure out which direction it's going? Just put the mouse right in the middle there. I might just be able to use the camera to see if there's any left to right motion. It looks like it's moving to our left, which would be to the south. So is it moving southeast? Let's assume it's going southeast. We're gonna have to get over to this side of the map. I think we'll drive towards it. So let's head west, then south, and then kind of follow the road around, and then figure it out from there. Let's drive a bit, clear these raindrops from the windscreen. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, I do need to do that with the hunts. Yeah, what I'm going to do is just make it remember the last choice, because there'll be some people who want it in it. Because if I make it disabled by default, there's going to be people who ask if it can be enabled by default. So I think the best thing is just make it remember your last setting, and then just remember that between game sessions. So if you want to disable it, you disable the first time after the update, and then that's what it keeps. If you enable it, it'll then stay enabled. Right, starting to touch down according to the mini-map. I can see a tiny white dot there. See a little bit of dust getting kicked up. But we're a little bit behind this tornado, and our truck's a bit slow now, 75 miles an hour on a paved surface. For what we're getting 105, 110. Yeah, it's moving southeast. Any towns we need to be aware of? Doesn't look like it. No, not for a while at least. Take this next left. And a points bonus if hunts are enabled. Yeah, I don't know if it should be a points bonus or should it be a points deficit, since you can use hunts to harvest data. I'm not sure which way around that should go. Yeah, in Florida it's about 88 degrees Fahrenheit or 31 Celsius. Yeah, but in Florida you've also got the humidity as well, haven't you? But also being in Florida, you probably have air conditioning as well. There was this big hoopla here in England where they're saying like, if people have aircon in England, it's going to like destroy the entire planet somehow, which is absolute load of rubbish. Oh. Is that audio glitching for everybody else as well? Wow, I don't know what happened there. Did that audio just glitch on the stream as well, or was that only my audio? Good morning from Japan. Hello there. Good morning. Yeah, because air conditioning isn't really a thing in England because we need heating. Oh, that looks very nice. We need heating for the central heating for like the majority of the year. And if you do have air conditioning, you're going to use it for maybe a few weeks out of the year, so it's just not really worth the expense to install or to run. But then we are having like a particularly hot summer, so people were talking about air conditioning. And they're like, no, if it's like almost every hot country, which is reasonably developed, has air conditioning. But apparently, if England have air conditioning, then the world will end. I think some people just suck the joy out of everything and just want people to suffer. Hello, Victor. That thing's getting pretty strong. Haven't even sampled any data yet. All we can sample is wind data. And I've got to remember the truck's not as resistant to wind as it was before. Like, I think it was good in winds up to about 170, 180 miles an hour. Now it's probably going to start getting lifted around 100, 110. Right, let's just come up with a game plan here, because we're behind the tornado. This is the tricky thing. When you end up behind the tornado, it's very difficult to get ahead of it again. The Dub Speed Arts says good evening. So I think we've got everyone here. We've got morning, we've got evening. Is it mid-afternoon anywhere else? I've pretty much got the globe covered. That looks really cool. Right, let me remember to get a screenshot for this stream. I'm going to hide that. So this is going to pause for just a second while I... That's why. It's still doing that thing where it doesn't like it when I try and take a screenshot for some reason. That's probably why I don't have any up-to-date screenshots. Right, the tornado's kind of blocking our path. It's been a bit inconsiderate of our plans. And let's try and slip by here. I think the radius of the debris clouds is a bit too big. The height might even be a bit too high as well. Having not observed these in real life and only using like reference photos, sometimes I come up with values as just kind of like a rough estimate. And then when I actually play in the game, I'm not sure if it's actually realistic or not. Right, it's weakening. Let's have a look. Well, there's nothing in the environment which would make it weaken, so I think it's just cycling. There's perfect opportunity to get in front of it. I wonder if let's take a bit of a closer look at the map. I wonder if we just go off-road. If we go off-road while it's weak, we can get across to here, then the rest of the road network's quite well connected. It's going to be painfully slow, though, 20 miles an hour off-road. Painfully slow, but the tornado's weak, so there's not much risk right now, so might as well go slow while things are quiet. Then there's that one town all the way over there in the southeast corner of the map, which I don't think we'll have to worry about just now. Oh, for Joey, it's 3 p.m. 5 to 10 in Bulgaria. 5 to 11 p.m. in Bulgaria. So yeah, it's cool. So how many of us are live? It's according to YouTube, we've got 7 concurrent viewers right now. So it's 7 of us. We've got the globe pretty well covered. Seems like a linear rain band. Yeah, I think I'm actually thinking of using similar rendering techniques to add rain curtains into the game. Right, I wasn't paying attention there. I need to be heading towards the road just so we can get our speed up again. There's the road. Oh, the road's just there. This is painful, but we're starting a fresh career, so it will take some time to get ourselves up to speed, literally. Improve on power flashes. I'm not sure if I want to limit it to when it only hits things, because then we're not going to see them as often. I kind of like how they can just kind of happen randomly, so you've got a good chance of seeing them while you play. Right, let's get ahead of this. I think it's going to be a bit too close if we turn right here. Let's follow the bend around and we'll try and intercept over here. And then start making our way towards that town, to warn that town. So not this right, but the next right. Still not fully condensed to the ground yet. According to the map though, it is getting stronger. We're getting some F2, F3 wind strength in there, wind speeds in there. Just positioning is going to be a little bit difficult. Let's get ourselves in the right flank there. I'm going to do a quick deploy here and then just try and keep my speed up and hopefully I don't get lifted. Oh, truck's getting pulled. I think we're safe. Okay, whoa, that's getting... It's expanding really quickly. That just intensified out. No, look at that! Right as we did the intercept, it just widened. Whoops. We've got no data or samples to actually lose at this point. How are we doing on data? Okay, we're getting some F1, F2 samples. Nothing amazing just yet. Oh, that's got intense very quick. Look at the motion in the funnel. It's gone from like being a skinny needle barely touching the ground to pretty intense. I wouldn't say that's quite a wedge. Mini wedge. It's got wedge proportions, but it's still quite small. Will the music from the 2023 version make a return? I'm not sure about the exact same music, so the main menu music which I've got now is from the same collection of music which I paid for the 2023 version, and also today I had somebody kindly offer to make some being hunted music. They said they're going to donate to me to use in the game, which I think would be better than just the constant beeping. Oh, this house is going to get demolished. Let's try and get a good view of that. Some of these houses are empty because you can't record any fatalities or anything in these houses. So watching it be demolished for entertainment's fine. Right, whoa. Quick deploy, and I need to escape. It's turned at the last second. But there's a motorway here though, which means we can get our speed up and maybe get one more intercept in. Oh, stuff getting tossed about over there. on the shadow side of the tornado. I think it always makes it look a lot more menacing when you're on the shadow side. It's just entirely black, or dark grey in this case. We've got some F3 samples there. I think we can do better than that. Gotta be really careful not to get any impacts here, because since we're just starting out, losing 5 or 6 samples is a lot to lose when you're this early in the game. It's starting to curve this way slightly. Whoops, I was just saying about paying attention. Right, we're starting to get in the path, so I think it's time for a quick recall. We'll get ready for a quick deploy. It's making its way over to us. Let's slow down. I'm trying to extrapolate the tornado's path. I think a little bit past here, past this, I guess, elevated intersection. Right about here. Right, then now let me get out of the way, but then we'll get to the edge of the map and I don't want to go flying off the edge of the map and get a lot of impact. We fell through because I just realised there's no controller button for resetting. We fell through because this is starting to, when it starts to rip them apart, it disables the colliders for some reason. Uh-oh, no, this is going to cost us loads. No. Let's stay. It's actually ironically safer to be closer to the tornado. Alright, it's pulling us. No, go away please. No. We might be able to wedge ourselves under the overpass. Oh, I'm just about breaking through the wind field. That would look like a direct hit on the probe though. We've probably got some good data there. Hopefully it doesn't hunt. We've only got a few seconds before it goes off the map. Right, let's drive south to the next road. It's just over there. That was really close. Still only F3 data though. We're 83% of the way of releasing the wind speed chemical though. I don't know if I should come up with like fictional chemical sounding names for each of them. I'm sorry, I've realised, sorry, I'm getting behind on the chat. Let me find somewhere to park up while nothing much happens. Oh no, we've got an invisible forest here. This is going to be a fun challenge. So there is an issue with the vegetation engine, in that it randomly stops rendering most of the vegetation. However, it leaves the colliders for the trees behind. So what I effectively have here is an invisible forest where I can crash into invisible trees. There we go. Right, look, there's the tornado roping out now. Right, let me catch up with the chat. Why is the wind field so asymmetrical? That's because you've got to consider the forward speed. So if it's moving 30 miles an hour this way, the tornado's rotating. So as it's rotating and moving, you're adding 30 miles an hour along with the rotational speed this direction. Then you've got to subtract the rotational speed this direction off that flank, so you end up with stronger winds on the, I guess, the right flank. If you're standing in the center of the tornado and looking in the same direction it's traveling, the right flank's going to be, for cyclonic tornadoes, going to have stronger winds. New to stream, is career mode reset now so everyone starts from 0? No, not for everyone. I'm just doing that for me. I want to retest the difficulty curve now that we've got chemicals. We can massively accelerate the progress that we make. So I want to retest how difficult it is to level up now that we've got chemicals. Right, that should be... So the tornado will lift up, then the wall cloud will disappear, the parent storm will dissipate, then very quickly after that we'll get a new storm. More than likely, this time heading from east to west. Look at that. This faked us out. It went like that, thinking like, oh, everything's nice and safe. Let's go off-road. Let's take our time. And the second I placed a probe down right around here, it just... Oh, no, it was right around here. It suddenly just widened and intensified right as I was in there. That's things like that aren't scripted. It's just the random behavior, but that's just how it worked out. The dub speed art. Maybe tweak the map generation so you won't have any bridges leaving off the map. Yeah, true. There are rules to stop certain roads going off the side of the map. I'm trying to remember which ones those were. Because I'm looking here, there's a lot of roads going off the edge of the map. I do remember adding a rule to stop certain other tiles being at the edge, but I can't remember what those rules were. Reach the end of the world, yeah. I guess with Unity it's a flat Earth. You're going to play on the controller all the time. Probably for most of the time. I'm just waiting for that wall cloud to die, and then we'll have our next storm. I don't think it's going to be worth cashing that in. The multiplier is only ×3. And I don't think we'll get that much money anyway. I think I'll cash it in for the first time once we have maybe at least 10 samples of maybe F4 and something non-zero in the F5 field. We'll cash it in then. You can set storms don't immediately spawn in when you start. Maybe I need to add a slight delay. Like, I don't want to make it so long that it becomes tedious, but I know what you mean, like you've just loaded in and the storm's already building. What's this over here? Ah, it's a remnant of a trailer. Yeah, because we are in the damage path. Let's do a quick recall, because that probe's not going to be getting any data anyway. Storm's taking a while to die out. There we go. Right, there goes the wall cloud. And the parent storm will disappear. Go back to the 2026 version from the 2023. I can't really do that because I just don't have the project for the 2023 version set up so that I can publish any updates. Like, that's just staying as is. Like, I can't really make any changes to that right now, at least not without like weeks or months of work to restore the project files. Alright, let's wait for the next storm. The next one will be a lot closer to us, since when we first spawned in, I was at my whatever higher level I was, which means tornadoes will spawn further away and move faster. I then reset my progress after that, so now that we're a beginner again, the tornadoes will be closer and slower moving, which will make this next chase a bit easier as well. We're really close to releasing our first set of chemicals. Hopefully it reacts to wind speed. If it doesn't, there's not a whole lot we can do about that. We can't switch to any other chemicals just yet. Right, let's pull reflectivity up. There it is. Very pixelated and not particularly useful. Let's put velocity on. So let's do that thing. Let's not sit and wait. Let's try and get ahead of it. We know it's probably going to start moving west to east. I need to update the water towers as well so that the kind of like the mesh structure for them can break apart as well. Because right now the tank on the top can get lifted off, but the mesh structure itself doesn't like get shredded. I need to change that. Oh, there we go, we've got our couplet. So let's just wait here. Now that we've got it, we know which direction to look. So we need to look north, northeast. Let's hop out, take a look. Let's check the mini-map as well. So, mouse scroll wheel doesn't affect that, it's just in the vehicle, so that's the only thing left to patch. I'll do that as part of the next update. There's our wall cloud. So if I center that on the screen, put kind of like that in the center of the wall cloud, as close as I can get. We'll see if we can observe any movement. I feel like it's moving away and slightly to the left, which means it's probably heading northwest. So if that's the case, let's continue west and head a little bit north. Let's not head too far, because if I've misjudged it, then we'll spend a bunch of time driving in the wrong direction. So we'll take this next right, and we'll go north, maybe to about where this dirt road is, and then we'll just reassess if we're in the path. But getting ahead of the storm is definitely, at least I think that's a real life lesson I can probably take away from it. Staying ahead of the storm initially gives you far more options for like chasing and viewing from different angles than getting behind the storm. Then you're playing catch up constantly. You have fewer options. I feel like trailers and mobile homes should also have a chance of being lifted up in one piece. Oh, that would be cool actually. If they get lifted in one piece and then disintegrate as they lift into the air, that would be really cool. Yeah, there's nothing really stopping it. The logic's in there. Well, there's a tornado. It's touching down. So let's just zoom in. Yeah, no, I was right. It's moving northwest. So let's head north and go for an intercept, hopefully. Maybe at some point I can let people choose the engine, like the engine noise that they have, because right now I think it's like a German diesel or something like that. Yeah, look, it's going northwest, so I think if we head to this corner, we may need to off-road slightly or readjust our position a bit. Let's stop halfway between this road and the bend, and then we can decide what we need to do next. That's the thing about turning, it keeps starting and stopping and starting and stopping. It must be on the very peripheral of the, is it the periphery of the tornado wind field? Alright. Let's do the point of reference trick. Let's use the reticle as the point of reference. I feel like I've got some leftward motion, which makes me think we need to go a little bit further north. We're looking pretty good for this. Oh, hello, Sierra Johnson. Thanks for joining again. Yeah, I feel like we're right in the path here. I'm going to hold off a little while. Just until I know we're definitely in the path. But to me, it looks like we are. Once the wind speeds get up to about 60 miles an hour, I'll drive off. Yeah, no, I think we're good. I think that might be waiting a bit too long. Our next intercept is probably going to be in the forest over here. So small map. I think for career mode, I think it's 30 kilometers. So no, not a small map. Got plenty of space to chase this next tornado. This could be the big long track one for the game. Right, let's look through the probe camera. Oh yeah, it's in the middle. Are we going to release any chemicals yet? Almost. 85, 86, 87. Again, F1 wind speeds. F2. Can we get up to F4? The strongest we've got so far is F3. 92, 93, 94, 95. So the chemicals will be released in 4, 3, 2, and then I want to actually have this on so we can see what the impact is. Okay, it added 4% to the wind speed. Not a lot, but if we can do that a few times over, it'll start to pay back. Is the probe still getting data? Yep, while it's getting data, let's keep it. And let's position ourselves for the next intercept, which I think, yeah, it's either going to be in the forest or we may even need to go into the hills for this one. What was this? Was this top 18% of chases? So I think it was like top 38% or something. So this isn't a particularly strong day in terms of chases, but still a really fun one. I love just watching the motion in the funnel. So cool. I haven't had a hunt yet. Is the probe still getting data? No, it's not. Do a quick recall. Yeah, once I fix the vegetation rendering, what's annoying is I've contacted support for the asset which I bought originally, saying that I'm happy to pay for the latest version, which is a fair bit more expensive than what I paid originally for this one. So I'm happy just, are they able to give any indication as to whether it's going to solve this problem or not? And they just haven't even bothered to respond. So if there's like no support from it, I don't know if I choose a different engine where at least the developer's choosing to support it. Oh, got F4 strength in there. Is it heading towards the hills? It feels like it's turning more north. Oh, we've got a big cluster of towns up here. Let's remember that. Once the tornado, if the tornado starts getting towards either this motorway here or this cornfield here, we need to be ahead of it and already warning those towns. So, speaking of being ahead of it, let's head a bit more north. So it's a solid F4 right now, I'd say. Third of a mile wide, moving at 14 miles an hour, which is nice because it gives us plenty of time to get data and samples. Right, let's do the real life trick again. Instead of using the reticle, let's use a real life landmark. So let's get the VHS camera out, zoom in, and we'll use that water tower as a reference and see how the funnel moves relative to that water tower. Oh, we're starting to get some subtle F5 colouring in there. Oh, it's turning west. I think we may need to shoot south really quickly. I was want to do a manual deployment, but it looks like we may need to do a quick deployment. Oh, it's going multi-vortex. Look, the bottom of the funnel's lifting, so we're going to start seeing some sub-vortices in there any second now. I'm going to zoom that right in. I think we've still got time to do a manual deployment. Yeah, let's do it here. But we'll want to escape to the north. If we escape south, we're going to be behind it. It says tricked us again. Looks like it's turned slightly north. I don't know if we need to do a quick undeploy, quick recall. Let's do a quick recall. I want to be on that right flank. About here. Quick deploy. There we go. And now we need to actually be thinking about our own safety at this point. Those towns definitely need warned. I think we should maybe make that our next priority. Oh, it's got a sub-vortex in there. Subtle. Oh no, I haven't. Yeah, no, I haven't actually added the FC. I forgot about that. I was adding a few quick features before I did the stream. But I didn't do the... So I forgot. That will be cool though, just from the probe camera. Otherwise, that table's going to end up being huge. F1 to F5. Probe looks like it's going to get a direct hit. Let's just stop for a second and watch from the probe. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be a direct hit. F1, let's see if we can beat the F3, I think. F3 was the highest we had, wasn't it? Yeah, let's see if we can get F4, maybe even F5 if we're lucky. Yeah, only F1, maybe I didn't place it as well as I thought. Oh, it's turned properly north. Okay, quick recall. Going for another deployment. You okay there? Sorry, my wife's just choking on a bit of ice. You alright? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, good. I don't have to go and do an emergency Heimlich maneuver because you can't drink it in an ice pouch properly. No, it's easily done with these pouches. How close? So, 46% of the way to the next chemical release. I can't remember I'm actually in the path of this thing. Well, that tree's getting lifted. I'll do a quick deploy, and I don't know if that motorway is going to be useful or not. I don't think it is. I think I need to escape back west again. Otherwise we're not going to be able to get towards those towns. I've placed the probe as well as I can. I'm taking as much risk as I think safe, given that we've not upgraded anything. You can hear the trees snapping in the background. It's a change path again. This tornado's really starting to irritate me. Am I in the path or is it crossing the road? What's it getting? It's a quick recall. Crashed into invisible trees again. Right, I think we'll go slightly off-road, but we're inside of an invisible forest. Please don't hunt. Do a quick deploy here, and hopefully we'll actually get a decent hit on our probe. I can only imagine how frustrating this would be in real life. It's not as easy as just pressing a button. You've got like this big heavy probe to maneuver in and out of your truck. Plus you're risking your life at the same time. So you probably want a much wider safety margin, which then means your accuracy goes down. Probe camera, what we're getting, F1. Right, we should probably warn those towns, but it's moving slow enough. I think we can try one more probe deployment and then go and warn the towns. Oh, hello Neon. Sorry, I'm doing a bad job of keeping up to speed with the chat. Concentrating really hard on trying to get a decent deployment here. And the tornado keeps shifting. Like, it was moving this way, so I deployed here. And then it started moving north, so I deployed up here. And then it started shifting again, so I deployed here. So let's try and deploy along this way. Out here. Still getting decent data. 82% of the way of doing the next chemical release. So we'll intensify the tornado a small amount. Last one was 4%. Hopefully we'll get more this time. For science. There's another tree. Mr. Unexpected, you just played this game 2 seconds ago. Or did I mention another game? You were talking about that one. I forget. Where's a field with no entrance? Query set money from the chemicals. So how's that going to work? Oh, what I mean is, I've just reset my career just to see how much more quickly we can make money now that we'll have chemicals as an option. Oh, well, that's intensified really quickly. Look, that's just suddenly gone up to F5 strength. Percent as well. Is the probe still getting data? It still is, so as long as it's getting data. Did I miss, I think while I was reading the comments, did I miss the thing? Was that a chemical release which did that? I guess we'll find out on the next one. Next chemical release. How far are we? 30% of the way there. Right, we're going to have to try and intercept them. This is taking the most... It feels like it's avoiding us. But it is just literally random. This is Brownian random walk, if you want to look into the mathematics of it. Same thing which controls stock markets. Yeah, helpful bit of advice. Whenever you see people saying, oh, you just need to like learn these patterns, I'm a stock trading guru, I make $10,000 a month trading stocks. They're absolutely full of rubbish. It's an absolute load of nonsense. What they're looking at is essentially random noise. And anybody can look like a successful trader for a while, just purely down to chance. Right, I think what I'll do is go a bit further south, do a quick deploy, and I'm going to escape off-road and just hope we don't get a hunt. So what I'm going to do is go across to here, jump on this motorway, go north, and we really need to start warning these towns now. I probably pushed it off more, like delayed doing that far too long. This is not a situation you want to be in. Something that looks like that, with sub-vortices and horizontal vortices behind you while you crawl off-road at, what, 22 miles an hour. is it seriously turning again? It's turning directly towards the town, right? Our rescue score is going to get demolished if I don't get there quickly. Unless we have a hunt and then I can pull it away from those towns. Seriously, it's changed its path again. But I don't really have time to try repositioning it. We really need to warn that town. Or that cluster of towns. Oh, look at the shadow of that wind turbine. What's the probe getting? Just F1. What data? Have we got anything better than F3 yet? Not yet. Just this thing's been really hard to intercept. It's been crawling all over the place. It's like a snake. Look at that. Look at that path. If it hunts, I need to flip a U-turn and head south. I'll effectively be sacrificing myself, but it'll save that town. Then I need to figure out the fastest way over to this cluster over here. So right, let's warn them. Because injuries will start happening as soon as I think the F1 wind field gets there, which is the blue. So you do not want to see something like that heading to somewhere as dense, because this is probably the most densely populated section I've seen in the game, just from the random generation. Okay, 45% wind speed, because we just got plus 11 there, so yeah, that must have been a bit... Uh-oh, right. Plan. Right, we need to get... Right, we're gonna... This is the plan. We're gonna save that other town by heading south, so we need to go left here. It looks like it's far away. Oh yeah, use 2 landmarks. Yeah, that's a good point. Left and right. Right, let's just bomb it south. It's up to 30 miles an hour right now. I guess we can use this opportunity to deploy the probe. Right, I need to do first person view. Sorry, I'll stop looking at chat. I need to concentrate just now. Everything's getting uprooted over there. That's what I like to see, like nice, lots of green live saved indications. I'm going to pull it south away from that unwarned part of the town as well. How fast is it moving? 40 miles an hour right now. How fast are we going? 72. So there's a 30 mile an hour speed difference, but we've got to slow down for like turns and things. Alright, let's try and do quick recall, quick deploy. Maybe we'll finally get some of that F5 data. Kind of want to see what wind speeds we're getting inside the funnel. $134 right now, it's not even near the funnel. Look, it's just pure chaos behind us. I've got to make sure as well I don't inadvertently bring it towards another town. Let me just quickly check the map. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's get back on the road, because this thing is moving. $178. Okay, it stopped hunting. What if it changes path and turns towards those towns we haven't warned? I guess we'll just have to hope it doesn't do that. Still nothing stronger than F3 data though. It's starting to annoy me a little bit. F3. I'm just see like an entire power pole just casually fly past the camera there. I think we're in a good position to redeploy, actually. It's coming straight towards us now. What is that? Moving quite slowly, must be quite heavy. Oh, that's actually getting quite close to us. Right. Right, let's keep an eye on the wind. I'm going to say quick recall, quick deploy, and hopefully it doesn't start shifting around on us at the last minute. I think we'll take this road to the south. Oh, the wind really feels like it's slowing the acceleration of the truck. Barely see it. I turned the headlights off. It's almost invisible. And we'll stop here because we're either going to have to head west or south, depending. I think I'm going to preemptively head a little bit further west. And then we can watch the probe. And then maybe if we miss, we can redeploy along here somewhere. I think I'll stop at this intersection here. That gives us a bit of a slow southern option if we really need it. Let's turn the headlights off. It's got sub vortices as well. Got one there, just got lit up, and another one on the right. Right, probe camera. Can we get something better than F3? Let's see, is it suddenly shifting again on us? No, it's not shifting. It looks like we might get a good hit on the probe here. Let's keep watching. 133, come on, I just want something higher than F3 strength. $150, $160. %30 increase. Can the chemicals make a mega wedge? Yes, they can. Oh, they're F4 finally. 220 miles an hour, F4 strength. We hit F5. There we go, into the F5 range. Well, 323 there. So I think we just reposition so that we don't... so that we don't get killed by it. That's a pretty decent placement. I think let's just head a little bit further west. Just a jot. A touch. A tittle. So my wife found that really funny. Just trying to find synonyms for the word, like a small amount. Careful. So my wife just kicked a lamp and it just went rocking side to side. Yeah, I'm really liking the much darker night times. That's so much more intimidating. Again, 240, 245. Chemicals slow down hunt speed. Not anymore, no. They used to, but I fixed that because it was a bit boring being hunted at 10 miles an hour. It's effectively not a hunt. Even a tortoise could outrun it. Oh, I forgot, yeah, I'm right in the path, aren't I, right? Quick recall, quick deploy. Am I inside the vehicle or outside? I'm outside. Uh-oh, this is bad, this is bad. Get in, get in. Just drive, just drive, just drive, just drive. And then... See, that's the thing about nighttime. It's not obvious how close it's getting to you until it's too late. Then I think we'll escape to the south. Speaking of tortoises, on the weekend I'm going to this... What's it called? It's like a thing for where you, like, take care of tortoises. You, like, scrub the shells with brushes and stuff. So my daughter really likes turtles. And I guess a tortoise is just a turtle that doesn't swim. So we're taking her to do that. But I really wanted to go as well, because I love animals too. Oh, that quick recall, quick deploy didn't do anything because we're outside the truck. Quick recall. I don't know if we quickly... Let's do this quickly. We'll analyse the data. Get some money. 9,000. I think the best thing we can do is probably upgrade our probe sampling rate. Ooh, unlock more data types actually. Followed by the wind sampling rate. Pressure sampling rate. Let's keep our situational awareness as well. So data, let's just enable... We've got 3 different data types now. Let's just collect all of them. Not sure if I want to collect temperature actually because that slows the tornado down. I don't think this thing needs to go any slower. What's our upgrade score? We've gone from like freshman to masters and halfway to a PhD in one single chase. How many people did we save? 106. That's decent. Very good. Right, just about make out the outline, at least on my screen. I don't know what it's like on the stream. I can just make out an outline of the funnel. There it is. See the funnel? I'm going to wait as long as possible. I feel like we need to drive towards it a little bit and then do a quick deploy. See, it's turning south right as we're getting there, but I don't really have time to complain about it. I just need to get back on the road and escaping. Where's the road? Uh-oh, 90 mile an hour winds and I can't find the road. Right, we're going to have to try and redeploy a bit further south. Oh no, it's turning again, straight towards the probe. Right. I'm going to head a little bit further west. And then we're going to try and watch the probe. What's the probe getting? F2 already. 150 miles. Ooh, plus 23% wind speed. This thing's going to be a monster. 185, 190. Am I even on the road still? I need to keep an eye on towns as well. Any towns to worry about? No. 190, 201, 220. It's thinking about it. 240, 250. Come on, this looked like it was a direct hit. 270, 280. 350. 372. Getting some 370 spikes in there, so this is solidly in the F6 category. How close are the chemicals being released? I just need to keep an eye on where am I? I'm somewhat in the path here. What if we do a quick recall and a quick redeploy? Let's get the map zoomed right in. It looks like it's coming straight towards us, so if I drive on this road until the wind speed gets... Whoa, you see the power flash there? It's just subtle, but it's just in front of us. So the wind speed gets to about 90. Sorry, then I will catch up on the chat. There's a lot more to think about now with this new chemical thing. I really like this game mechanic. Let me try and catch the thing. Catch up with on the chat. You want to say F6 wins? Well, you just did. We had like 350, 370 there. We might almost be getting into F7 category there. Had more lightning flashes to illuminate the tornadoes. Ah, yeah, maybe we could artificially increase the lightning rate at night time just to give you something to see. I could do the same with the power flashes as well. Just say from 8 PM to 8 AM. The power flashes are like twice as frequent, and lightning's maybe 1.5 times more frequent. That had no impact there. Total plus 0%. Oh, because that's tornado size, not wind speed. Yeah, so we haven't impacted the size at all yet. Was it turning back towards the probe? Hello, Kebab Kid. Can't see the funnel, yeah, that's the scary thing. An in-game clock, there's one. Bottom left corner. I feel like we're in the path. Are we in the path? Yes, but this is actually... Right, which way is west? Okay, let's head west a little bit. Probe's about to have a direct hit. So I'll do my best to drive while not being able to see the road. Let's see what sort of wind speeds we get in the funnel. 170. 160. Oh, plus 30% wind speed. This is starting to turn into a runaway reaction. You get stronger winds, more wind samples, which increases the wind speed again. 182. Is it direct hit? Because those were pretty lame winds, to be honest. Right, nighttime hunt's going to be terrifying if or when that happens. I think we go... Do we go off-road? I don't think there's any need to, actually. If it hunts, we just have to rely on the map. It'll be really cruel and disable the map when you have a hunt. And all the UI and overlays, so you've just got to base it on what you can see. I think that'd be a bit too unfair. The hunts are already difficult enough with those to help you. It is an idea. These wind speeds feels like a bad tornado B move with ridiculous science stuff. Yeah, at least there aren't any sharks. Can you hear the roar already? It's somewhere over... Oh, did you just see the edge of the funnel there? Just get illuminated. I feel like we need to be a little bit further north, maybe? The winds are already like 100 miles an hour. Okay, the barn's got lifted just right. I don't want to get any closer. Maybe a little bit closer. Plus 1% tornado size. Right, I think we'll just deploy. I'm already starting to get pulled by the winds, so let's just try and escape while we can. I don't want to escape too far south. I want to escape to the west so we can keep up with the tornado. Right, it's close. 130, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. I'm just about breaking through the wind field, I think. It's like right on us. I need to keep on the road. Come on. I see a break through the wind field. 38, 39, 40. Now it'd be awful if it hunted. It would have no chance. Right, I think the probe is going to get the direct hit. Plus 14% of the wind speed again. What I might do now is, purely for collecting data, is enable temperature samples as well. And then the other upgrades we can afford. Temperature data sampling rate. Let's upgrade that as well. And start heading south a bit along here. And go for yet another intercept. I mean, how long have I been streaming for? 1 hour and 12. I'd say it's 5 to 8. I can probably stream for another like 15-20 minutes or something. The fences are useful. It's like a visual, very strong visual indicator of how close the destructive winds are to your position. I should probably face that way so we can actually see them. Right, probe camera. Let's see what sort of wind speeds we're getting. 290. I can hear bits of fence breaking, but I can't see any. Oh, whoa, it's close. It is close. Looks like it's turned a lot more to the south now. Oh, there's a handy little bit of motorway here we can use, actually. I'm going to keep the probe deployed just so I can continue to collect data. Oh, okay, not good, not good. Well, at least we can get some data. Right. Quick recall, quick deploy. I just need to make sure I stay away from any towns, and there aren't any for miles around, so I think we'll just use the map to our advantage, collect a lot of data. So I've got to make sure I try and keep the probe between me and the tornado to guarantee the probe gets hit. May need to go a little bit more west to get the strongest winds hit. Actually, no, it should be in the path to get the strongest winds. Let's see what we'll get here. 230, 260. 295, 300. I need to keep an eye on me as well. Surprised I didn't get anything stronger, actually. I'm not sure where this road takes us. hopefully away from the tornado. So that's having that additional camera rendering is lagging the game a bit too much. Why is the truck not trucking? Come on, you're supposed to be trucking. Oh no. .337 we got there. Might as well recall, I think I'm getting better wind speeds than the probe is right now. Hopefully we don't lose too much data on impact. What's the time in game right now? 10 PM. Oh, there's the tornado there. Still orbiting, I think, a bit. The VHS camera just gives it a little bit better contrast. Okay, 68 samples. So that was quite expensive of a mistake to make. So I want to try and get one more direct hit on the probe, but it's difficult now that it's so violent. Where's the road? Alright, how are we going to get ahead of this thing? Alright, I think we'll use that little mini motorway. Also a good game, by the way, mini motorways. If you haven't played it before. Quickly analyze before at the ground, yeah. That's another thing I could do, disable the analyze button. I just want to get one direct hit on the probe so that we can see where it is at F6, F7. I don't think I've got anything stronger than F7. Which one, that road that parallels us just now? That'd be a good position to deploy, because what the problem with this one is it's probably going to collapse. The tornado's somewhere to our left. At least on the motorway the speed limits are removed, so we can just floor it to get away. Oh, there, you can see it on the VHS. Of course it wants to turn more west again, so we're going to have to go a little bit further along here. I know, now it's decided to go north again. Somewhere in there, I can just make out the outline. I don't know if the stream with the compression and like the color correction and all that, post-process and whatever else it does. That actually shows her, but it is visible on the VHS on my screen at least. your results may vary. So your mileage may differ. Your mileage may vary, that's the one. Where do I need to deploy? Alright, I think I'm just have to, so I'm gonna have to escape. So let's do a quick deploy right here. And now I'm just gonna have to hope I get off this overpass before it collapses. And also I don't get lifted by the tornado. Nope, overpass collapsed. Right, I'll just keep flooring it and hope we can escape. Let's see if we get a head-on hit with the probe. It looks like we will. Oh, there's a road coming up, actually. Then we can head north and away from it. Come on, where's the road? No, 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 no. Right. What's the probe getting, though, is what I'm interested in. Ooh, 80 samples. That was expensive. And $45. Not as much. Is that a direct hit? Is it a direct hit? Let's just keep watching. If we're lucky, he'll get hit by a sub-vortex and give us some insane speed. $280, $310, $340, $390. Ooh, we're gonna see $440. I saw $440 for a split. $480. Whoa, $504. I think I saw $583. I saw $583 for a second. I think 580 is the amount to beat. $588. I definitely just saw $588 there. I guess we got off lucky considering we lost with 80 samples and like $40 of damage. It's 588 mile an hour winds inside there. Right, let's cache in our data now. See, how much is this data worth? 288,000, so let's see what upgrades we can get. So I think first and foremost we need to upgrade the truck. Paved road speed, let's get that upgraded a lot. Off-road speed as well, let's get that right up. Dirt road speed, not as important. Engine power, aerodynamic coating, let's get these up. And then I think upgrade sampling rate, because that kind of feeds the engine, if that makes sense. If you think of this as like a deck builder, engine building sort of game, increasing the sampling rate is kind of the thing which creates the feedback loop. Then let's see, let's upgrade our radar image as well. Let's update the quality. There, I think we've spent all of our money now. So I think for a single chase session, which lasted less than an hour and a half, getting halfway between Masters and PhD, almost $250,000 in cash and a bunch of upgrades, I think is really good going. So let me go down to the main menu. And we're going to find out what 588 miles per hour is. Tornado Fujita rating calculation. Let me put that up on this page here so you can see. What would 588 mile per hour winds translate to? Hello, Marcus. So that just hit the lower limit for an F10 tornado, which is just ridiculous. If you use chemicals to strengthen the tornado, it creates a wind field so massive it's killing other people in other towns out on the other side of the map. So that's something which you have to take into account. I think the whole point is you got to balance the different aspects. So yeah, maybe there needs to be a way to, given that, there needs to be a way to still collect data but disable the chemicals in game. I think the easiest thing would just be all chemicals on or all chemicals off. But the idea is that you can't just release chemicals just without giving any thought to like the direction of the tornado or the impact that it might have. But yeah, I guess if you've got no way of disabling the chemicals, then it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I need to add that as like the next top priority update. Um, there's a table on the Fujita page on Wikipedia. Yeah, we've got to allow in-game disabling the chemicals as well. Fujita scale. Fujita scale, it should be the first one. There's a table, did you say, or chart? There's a table, but it only goes up to F5. Or is it this? Oh yeah, here we go. Miles per hour. So 588, and we're just at the low limit for F10. Then F12 is the speed of sound at -3 degrees Celsius. Yeah, so well, you can see the effect that that has. In the game. It was a bit difficult because it was nighttime, but uh, the speed things would have been getting launched at would have been ridiculous. Kind of want a town that's far away. What I was thinking is having just like a warn all button that you get to use a maximum of say 3 times during a chase session. So if things start to get out of hand, you just warn every town on the map. But yeah, I'm gonna have to push this update and like write up a little bit of update notes, and then you should all be able to play this version in the next 10 minutes or so. So thank you so much, everybody who's joined the stream. I really enjoy the interaction and people taking the time to watch and to ask questions and to suggest stuff. So thank you for that. I'll do another stream again soon, maybe even tomorrow if I've got more new features to show off. And yeah, I'll see you all again soon. I'm going to sign out now.